I'll take the details from there.
Okay, man. So just given an overview, we have created 3 virtual boxes in VMware, and we have installed version 3.0
Okay.
on
Actually,
two.
sure.
Yes,
This same like whatever we have created a folder in uh, what is that in Windows, right? Do you
yeah, yeah,
remember we worked on
yeah, yeah,
together?
yeah.
The same like that, but we in I mean Linux.
Exactly, exactly. Same folders you need to create. For log
Yeah,
files, you
that is
need to
more.
create one, and
Yeah.
YAML file you need to one create. So you need to create the folders for everything, but the syntax and commands will be different when you come to Linux.
Okay, okay, that I will take care. The
Yeah,
concept is same, right?
yeah,
Whatever
yeah.
we have worked
Right, right.
before, and
That's
this
same.
one is.
Yeah, that is same. So you can see the these are all the
Then
installation
yeah, then
steps,
I am fine with that.
and here all configuration. Like you need
Mm.
to do rs.initiate first, and then you can check rs.conf, and you can do rs
Yeah,
dot.
that.
Yeah, hope you familiar about this rs dot
Mm.
add and remove. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah, yes.
what we have is we have a 2 node replica set configured, uh, because since my ram is
Okay.
very slow, like it's only 4 GB ram, I could not start my third virtual machine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's only 4 GB ram, so that's the reason.
Sir, one day we'll install this Mongo on Windows, sir.
Which one, man?
Our Mongo software on Windows.
Yeah, yeah,
Last
I
class.
already
yeah,
have.
yeah, yeah. That is simple only. We can install, man.
Okay, okay.
But mostly you will not be going to install in any of the
Windows
organization.
environment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Ravi, actually, for practice purpose, myself and Shiva installed in my laptop.
Okay, okay. If you have that doc, please forward me. I'll also try it.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Okay.
Okay. See, since we made our servers down, our MongoDB instance also went down. Okay. So we are
Okay,
starting
sir.
the instance again.
Okay. What happened?
So it is started. Saranand,
Yeah.
if you see this instance, it is in secondary state. Why? Because we have only 2 node replica set. Okay. In 2 node, one node is up and running and another node is down. So we need to have a majority of nodes up and running. Then only any of the node can be elected as a primary. If you see,
Primary.
for 2 node replica set, we need a majority like 2 by 2 plus 1. That is, we need to have 2 nodes up and running.
Yeah.
Because of that, we don't have primary elected till now. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Here you can't do any writes. Only you can do the reads.
Yeah.
So the this thing you need to
Sir, one
remember.
more thing is like we are working on 3.0 version
Oh, okay.
for replication.
Yes.
Is it the same for 3.2 also?
Yeah, yeah. For all version, the basic architecture is same, man.
Okay, okay, sir. Means replication, no change, right?
Yeah, no changed.
Okay, okay.
So here our instance is not running. I'm going
Okay.
to start the instance.
/etc/mongo.
Okay. Now
Yeah.
you come and see here. rs.status.
rs.status.
Now this node
Yes.
became a primary because this
Yes.
node came up.
Yeah.
Saravanan, this is the reason we are not having, we are not keeping two nodes replica set in the production environment, because if any one node went down, the other node will become a secondary.
Okay, no one will have a primary status.
Right. So hope you guys clear on this concept. Next is
Yes, sir.
um, we'll add another node.
Sir, resync. Yesterday resync was there.
Yeah, resync we'll see. Before that,
Yeah.
okay, we were seeing about resync, right?
Yes, sir.
So I think we have already done that one, data MongoDB, but again I'll show you.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes, sir. Which one? This is 02. Okay. Huh. We'll delete this rs test.0 ns.
Yeah. Saravanan, if you see, we have a two nodes replica set, and let assume like there are some hardware corruptions going to happen in the second node. Okay. So we are going to manually delete one file to make a corruptions.
Okay.
So the steps are here. Hmm, corruption or some issue in secondary. So for that, um, delete a data file from secondary. Okay, we are going to delete a data file, and then we are going to see how resync. So once it is deleted, and then you need to restart the instance. Till restarting, it will be up and running. There will be no issues. If you do a restart, it will throw some errors. So to fix that,
Okay.
you what you can do is you can stop the secondary. Mostly it will be in the stopped state, but still you can stop the secondary and clean the data directory. Then start the instance.
Full directory, sir.
Yeah, full directory you need to clean. That is called initial resync.
Okay.
That is called
Mean all the
initial.
journals and everything will be gone.
Yeah, everything you need to clean. Start the
Okay.
instance. Files will be copied
Automatically copy.
automatically. Okay. So this is
Okay,
the
sir.
steps we are going to do.
Okay.
So I am going to remove this file -f. So before that I'll show you like what is rs.slave. Okay, we need to give to read from the
Yeah.
secondary. So dbs use rs test. So collection.
Collection.
Saranan, if you see, I'm going to so what is there in the collection now. So we have some two records. Okay.
Okay.
Now I'm going to delete this file rm-f rs test.
Test.0.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm done. You'll see any logs are there in the MongoDB.
Log MongoDB.com.
So generally we will not see any error here, but
Okay.
when even when you connect to Mongo also you can access the files. Okay,
Yeah.
because these files are already loaded, but when you do a restart like Mongo use admin db dot shutdown server.
Shutdown server.
Okay, this is done,
Yeah.
and then you are going to start the instance again.
MongoDB -f/etc/.
It is failed. Okay, we are going to check
Okay.
the log file.
The same thing was coming for me. This error 100 when I was trying to
Yeah,
open
yeah. Error 100 is a
one.
general
If
error,
one of the
and it
file
is
is gone, then it is coming.
right. So if you see database, this database could not be opened due to DB exception. It means this
Okay, sir.
file got corrupted. This
Okay.
database file got corrupted. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So we
Okay, sir.
don't have option. We don't have backup. And generally for if any issues on the secondary, um, you can just clean your data file directory. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
rm-rf star. This is to
Start.
clean your data directory.
Okay.
Now it is completely clean. You can start a
Yeah.
fresh instance now with the same configuration. Okay.
Yes, yes, sir.
So after corruption, we have cleaned our data directory. Now we are going to start the instance again. So it is started. And if you go
Started.
and see the log file, so I'm sorry, I'm
No, no,
going
no,
to
no.
start again.
Yeah. Once grep it, sir, I think it is on or it's off.
Which one, man?
Mongo. No, that's one.
So it is done.
It is on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see the log, like how it is started and what it is done. Okay. I'll show
Okay,
you.
sir. Some initial sync, something was there.
So here it is, from here it is starting.
Okay.
You can see these are all configuration options we have given in the
Okay.
YAML file.
Yes, sir.
It is telling like no journal file present, allocating new files. It is allocating new files, and
Yeah.
then do not
Sir,
find the
here
replica.
syncing from Linux 012701.
Yeah, and
Here. Just 5 lines below. 5 lines below. Another 3 lines. Initial syncing pending.
yeah.
Syncing from.
So it says like there is no data in the secondary, so it is
Yeah.
starting to sync from our Linux 01. That is other node.
Yes.
So for
Yeah.
that, it is dropping all the databases and it is
Okay.
cloning all the databases.
Syncing from all the databases. Okay.
Okay. Here you can
Okay, sir.
see like all the data files are getting copied from the primary. So since our
Primary.
database is very small, very tiny, it took only few seconds to finish this initial sync. But generally, it will take
Yes.
some time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Show DBS. Slave. Okay.
So our databases came up.
Okay.
So this is how you need to do the initial resync.
Sir, we'll check whether that documents came or not.
Hey, it will be there.
Uh, just cross check. So every time we have to give this rs slave dot okay.
Yeah, when you are
Oh,
connected
to
to
read,
secondary,
to read.
when you are connected to secondary, you need to give this.
Okay, every time.
Yeah, every time.
Okay. db.rs call dot find.
So
Got.
the data is
Okay, sir.
same.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll go to data path.
They are already there in the data directory. You can see the files
Okay.
are came now.
Came, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, what
Okay, sir.
we are going to see is like. mm, So next, we'll add one more node.
Okay, sir.
and we'll make that node as a delayed node. Okay, and we'll see
Okay, sir.
how the data is getting replicated to delayed replica.
Okay.
For that, so what I'm going to do is like I'm going to run another instance in the Linux 2 itself with a different port.
Okay.
I'm going to make that as a
Okay.
third node. Okay,
Okay, sir.
so I'm going to copy this configuration
Okay.
/etc MongoDB. This is how you can run multiple machines in the same server.
Same server using same binaries.
Yeah, same binary, right?
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to make
Okay,
this
sir.
as the um, like um, Linux 03. Okay, consider this
Zero
as
three.
the
Okay.
Linux 03.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
and I will edit um, Linux 03. Like I'm going to have this
One.
log as
One.
under Linux 03.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then this will be same, and then again it is Linux 03.
Underscore 03.
So whatever I'm putting underscore Linux 03, consider that as a different machine.
Yeah, okay, sir.
But one thing we need to have is like default port is 27017. So we have already
Okay.
using that port for this Linux 02. Okay.
Okay. Okay, sir.
So I want to have this
Bind IP
uh,
port.
yeah, bind IP is not required, but this
Okay.
port is required. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So I'm
Okay, sir.
going to have a new port 27018.
Okay, sir.
That is enough.
Even this will be an interview question like how you will change a port number.
Yeah. So here we'll create, here we'll create another directory called
Yeah.
Mongo make directory hyphen MongoDB underscore Linux.
Underscore Linux 03.
Okay,
Okay, sir.
this permission,
Permission denied.
yeah.
Why?
Okay,
Okay, sir.
Now we are going to
Log
start
the log also. Log.
log. It will automatically create it.
Okay, okay.
It is a file, right? When we are starting
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
instance, the file will get created.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we are going to start the instance.
MongoD.
Yes, MongoDB -f
D hyphen
/etc.
TC Mongo Linux 3. Yeah.
So it is started. You can see
Okay.
2 instances are running on the same server. But generally you should not do like this in production environment. But for
Okay.
testing and all, you can do this kind of setup. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay, sir. Means in one server we can't run more than one instances, sir. Like
Hey,
in like
you can
production.
run any instances, man. But you need to have
Okay.
that much RAM and disk storage.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Okay, that is the case. So if you give generally like without anything Mongo, it will connect to your Linux 02. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. Okay, sir.
If you want to especially connect to this one Linux 03, you need to
Ah.
give the port
Okay.
number
280. Okay. Port number. Okay. Okay, sir.
27018.
18.
Okay, it is connected to
Okay.
27018. It is not
Okay,
part
sir.
of the replica set yet. Okay, it is not added
Yes,
to
sir.
the replica set yet. So what we are going to do
Okay.
here, like we are going to make, we need to go get into primary. Here
Yeah.
we need to see, as of now only 2 nodes are there part of the, okay, in between some we have stopped and restarted, right? That
Yes,
secondary,
sir. Yes,
that's why this
yes, sir.
error is coming. Now
Sir,
you see,
it is taking by default. It is taking. If you see 127 dot 0.1, it is taking that IP colon that port number for
no,
everything.
yeah, that is localhost. This is,
Okay, yeah, that is localhost only. But as we have defined the IPs,
hmm,
so for the third one, how can we define the same IP?
with a different port number. Like
Okay,
Linux
okay,
zero
okay,
two two
okay,
seven zero one seven we have given. For new
okay,
one, we need to give Linux 03, sorry, Linux 02 colon 27018 we have to give.
okay,
Like that we need to give. You can
okay,
differentiate
okay,
with
sir.
the different port number.
Port number. Okay, sir.
Okay, so what we are going
Okay,
to do is we are going to add new member
yeah.
called Linux 02 colon 27018.
So 18, 18.
So it is added. Can change
Okay,
the status. So initially the status will be startup 2. Okay,
okay,
it means it's
okay, sir.
just starting now. After that
Okay,
it will be recovering state. But
okay,
the recovering state didn't come because we have only few tiny data. That's why
okay,
the
sir.
sync got within few seconds. But generally for huge GB, TB size of databases, from
Okay,
startup to it will come to recover state.
okay.
You should not,
Recover means resyncing.
yeah, it's resyncing. Yes, recover state it will
Okay,
come. After that only it
okay.
will jump into secondary state.
Secondary. Okay,
So you understood. So
okay, sir.
this is a normal secondary. So
Okay,
we are going to make this secondary as a delayed secondary now.
okay, sir. Sir, let's see whether that data path got those resync files or not.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That will check.
That will check once.
So you want to check into the data Mongo underscore Linux 03, right?
Yes, sir.
Here you can see the
Yeah,
file.
we got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
With
sir. Okay, sir.
Mongo it is very simple to adding and removing a node. So now what we are going to do is we are going to this make this member, like we are going to copy this entire thing
Okay, into a variable.
into a Yeah, to a variable, but before that we'll put it into
File.
one file. That is not copied. So you can change the settings in two ways. One is like you can change in this file itself, like you can set
Okay.
the slave delay to let's say we'll set for 5 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes.
1 minute, sir.
Oh, 1 minute, man. It will be very less, man. We can't
Okay.
insert and then we can't check. Okay,
Okay, okay, sir. Okay, sir.
so okay, we'll check at least 3 minutes. Okay,
Yes, 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 sir, yes, sir. And because
again
5 minutes
the
it
speed
will
it will be
more.
180 seconds, right?
Okay.
You
Okay, sir.
can directly change here and then you can copy this and then you can put it into a variable and then you can use
Yeah.
reconfig. That is one method.
Reconfig. Yes, sir.
Another
Yeah.
method is like you can save like a is equal to rs.conf. You can put
Okay.
output into a variable a and then what you can
Okay.
do is a dot members. It is like changing your array like 0
Okay.
1 2. We are going to make
Okay.
third array and we are going to
Okay.
change the slave delay value. Okay,
Okay. Okay, sir.
slave delay is equal to
180.
180. Okay,
Okay.
and then again we can confirm whether it is reflected in the a or not. After that you
Okay.
can do rs.reconfig
Reconfig.
a. Okay,
Yeah.
like this you
Okay,
can
sir.
do. Now we are going to check this. Okay,
Okay, sir.
so I'm going to a is equal to rs.conf.
Okay.
Now we are going to check. So a has this value and then I'm going
Okay.
to a dot members of. Okay, now
Okay.
check the
Okay.
a. So a has this new value for this id2.
Okay, sir.
Got it?
Okay, sir.
This is how you need to change the replica set configurations.
Okay.
Okay,
First A is equal to that we have pasted it, and then A dot modify, we have done the modification there.
right, right.
Okay.
So now I'm going to do rs dot reconfig a.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah. Okay, sir.
so for fraction of second, this will
Slave
it is
delay
telling like
equals
if you want to set a particular node to slave delay, then you should make that node priority as 0.
0. Okay.
Okay,
Okay, sir.
so what we are going to do is like how we modified a value. Again, we are going to
Yeah.
make a dot members of 2
2.
and then we are going to change the
The
priority.
priority.
I think for
Priority.
priority,
Here
um,
only, sir. Priority 1 1.
yes, I'm going to change prior
Priority.
equal to 0.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay, sir.
so now check values of a. Priority 0, slave
Yeah.
delay is
Yes, sir.
180. Now you
Okay, sir.
try this
Yeah.
reconfig.
Yeah.
It is done.
Okay.
Now
Okay, sir.
check rs.status.
Secondary uptime. Okay.
Mhm. Here you can check rs.help. Okay,
Okay.
there is one command called rs.replication.info.
Okay.
And then
Okay, sir.
rs.print slave replication info.
Okay.
This one you need to check. Okay, these two things.
Okay. Okay, sir.
rs.print
Replication.
replication info.
Okay.
What it is telling? This will tell you
120.
what is your oplog size. Okay,
Okay.
and how much duration of data is sitting there. It is almost
Okay.
1 day data can be accommodated into your oplog.
Okay. Okay.
So that is different thing. We'll see later.
Okay, sir.
rs dot before that we want to check the slave delay,
Print
right?
yes.
Okay, we'll do some inserts. Okay,
Okay, sir. Slave.
okay, we have inserted two records.
Okay.
We have inserted two records, and then see this node. This is the one secondary, right? 27
Okay, sir.
Linux 02277017. It is
Yeah.
up to 0 second. It is sync with the primary. Then there
Okay,
is
sir.
no delay or no lag between the primary and this secondary. But if you see,
Yes, sir.
it has
124.
124 seconds delay.
Okay.
Now you check again this much delay it has. Okay. Now you go
Okay.
and check on both the nodes. Mongo. It will connect to use rs test
Test.
db.rs collection.find. Okay.
Yes, sir.
You need to do slave okay.
Okay.
Here you can see 4 records. But
Yes, sir.
if you connect to the third instance
Okay. Port.
27018
Yeah.
and then you can check like use rs test db.rs collection.find.
Okay.
It has only 2 records, right?
Yes, sir.
Because it is not yet synced with the primary. It has 180 seconds of delay. After
Okay, sir.
that is 3 minutes, this will get synced with the primary.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So what is the
Okay, sir.
purpose of having delayed node means if any corruption occurs in the primary, still you can
Okay.
restore from the
Access the
this delayed
holder.
secondary. Yeah.
Okay.
You understood?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this is how you need to check is there any lag between primary and secondary that you can check from this
Okay.
rs.print slave replication info and this one rs.print replication info will give you how much data it is getting holded in the oplog.
Oplog. Okay.
So
Okay,
in
sir.
oplog from Wednesday like September 21st this time to September 22nd this time this much data is there.
Okay, sir.
It means your oplog can hold up to 24 hours of data.
Okay.
I think Saranan has some questions.
Yeah.
So after 3 minutes, you can check here.
Yeah. Is there any way we have interruption occurs in secondary?
I don't understand his question. What is
Is
meant
there
by
any
is
way
there
we
any
have
way we
interruption
have
occurs?
interruption occurs? I don't understand your question,
Basic.
Mr. Ronan.
No, sir. He is saying like if there any interruption secondary, what happens to the data? It will resync.
Yeah, it will resync. So always from primary, this data will be replicated to secondaries, and if something
Secondaries.
happens to secondaries, still we have to fix ourselves manually, like what we did initial resync. We have cleaned the
Okay, sir.
data directory, and then we need to start the instance, so it will automatically get the data from the primary again. The complete data it
Okay.
will get from the primary.
Sir, here we are cleaning the data directory, but while in test or in production instances, like the data will be huge, right?
Yes, man. In those case, yeah. He is asking some question. The old data.
But we cannot. What?
Yeah, if something, yes, sir, Anand, you are right. Like if something happens on both on primary as well as the delayed secondary, then ultimately we are going to lose some data that we cannot avoid.
Yes.
At a time, we
Okay.
can have one corruption or one interruption in any of the primary or secondary. But at the
Second.
time, if in same time, if primary also goes down and secondary also goes down, or then we cannot get the data. Those kind of risk will not happen mostly. It's a rare situation.
Weekly we will take backup now, sir.
Yeah, backup we need to take.
That will like point in time recovery like that.
Yeah. In backup and recovery part, we'll be discussing that. But in MongoDB, there is not much thing like point in time kind of recovery stuffs.
Okay, okay, sir.
For that, you need to have MMS manager with the backup
Okay,
feature. That is a licensed one.
okay,
If you have that monitoring tool like MMS manager with the backup feature, then only you can have point in time recovery.
okay,
Still,
sir.
you have alternative options like Oplog. You can take the backup of this Oplog frequently, and with the
Okay,
Oplog, you can do restore like point in time of recovery.
okay,
But in MongoDB, generally, you will not require backup and restore for fixing the issue because you will be always having primary secondaries.
yes, sir.
Mostly, any one of the server can go down or can have corruptions. Not all the servers
Okay,
at the same time. So even if
yeah,
something goes wrong to the primary, still some
okay.
other secondary will act as a primary, and
Primary,
the
yes.
data can be replicated to the old primary.
Okay, sir.
So that kind of
And sir,
mechanism.
this Oplog physically where it exists like in data directory?
No, yeah, in data directory under local database.
Local database, yes.
Yeah. See, if you see that Linux 03, it got synced with the primary now.
Yeah, yeah.
So you are clear, right, how to set the priority 0 and how to change the
Yeah.
slave delay.
Sir, OPlog is Oplog is what you call logical, right? Because it's a collection,
Yeah, it's a collection.
and we have to back Oplog through like a dump,
Yeah, yeah, dump
backup
command,
dump.
yes. Like how you are
Okay,
taking a table level backup. That kind of,
okay, okay,
like that you can take Mongo dump
okay,
collection name as hoplog.rs. If you give, it will back up
okay,
only that collection. With that you can do
Okay.
point in time recovery.
Okay, sir.
That we will see in the backup and recovery class.
Backup.
Okay, so what you have seen,
Okay, sir.
changing the priority and slave delay. Okay,
Yeah.
this one we have seen. So for that,
Yes, sir.
you know, to a dot rs dot conf in primary. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so primary we need to do this settings.
We have set that delay and as well as the priority also.
Yeah.
Members don't. Yeah, members too.
For this member we have set priority as
Priority
0
is equal to 0.
and then
0 and a dot members
of 2
of 2 dot
and then
slave
delay is equal to,
delay
we have set 180 seconds. Okay,
180
so
seconds.
mostly
Yes, sir.
in our production environment we have a 3600 seconds, that is 6 hours. So it means like if something goes wrong within 6 hours we can able to get fixed from the delayed secondary.
Yeah.
Okay,
Delay has to be equal to or more than maintenance window.
yeah, like that. So after that we can do rs dot reconfig.
Reconfig. Yes.
Then yeah,
Yeah.
you can check this rs dot status and then rs dot print replication info.
Print replication info and print slave replication.
Yes, print.
Print slave replication info.
So through this command you can check the oplog size and how much data, how many hours of data can be kept in the oplog, and this can be
Oplog.
used to check is there any delay between the secondaries from primary.
Secondary.
Yeah, is
Okay,
there
sir.
any lag between primary and secondary, you can check through this command. Okay,
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
okay, we'll see what is the next one.
Sir,
Resyncing we have seen.
updating oplog time and size, the same thing, updating the collection only, right? Same capped collection.
Yeah, came capped collection only.
Okay.
So next is we have already seen resyncing a member of a replica set
Yeah.
from the primary we have
Yeah.
already seen, and this is also we have seen. Next is changing the oplog size. So before that
Okay.
replica set health check. So health check, as
Okay.
I said, only these commands which are there in the rs.help,
Okay.
that is enough. Okay,
Okay. Okay, sir.
start slave, okay, and then
Okay.
rs.help.
Help.
I will explain all these commands. Like rs.status,
Okay.
it is to check the status of all the members, and initiate,
Members.
it is only one time you have to run this command when you
While
are
adding, after
initiate,
adding.
not after adding. When you are starting first instance,
Okay. Yeah.
that time only you need to run this one. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
rs.initiate, inside you can give the configuration file, like if you know
Okay.
already how your configuration will look like. If you have 10
Okay.
members of replica set, you have all the
Okay.
information in the file like this.
Okay. Or else in variable A.
Yeah, if you have all those details already, and
Okay.
you can just put rs.initiate and then file name. Okay,
Okay, sir.
not the file name, the variable name.
The variable name.
Yeah,
Yes.
rs.conf will give you the current configuration.
Okay.
Reconfig, it is changing the configuration.
Okay, sir.
rs.add, it is to add a member. Okay, with
Okay.
the host
Okay,
name
sir.
and then port number.
Okay, sir.
What is this? Add a new member to set extra attributes. Yeah, this is also again same. Here you can give some object name, it seems.
Okay.
Next is add arbiter. So we have not seen
Okay.
adding arbiter, right?
Arbiter.
We'll see now.
Yes, sir. Okay.
So
Step down.
rs.status,
We'll give one more machine, Linux 04 with port number as arbiter.
no, I want to make sure like with the slave delay, with the delayed node can be able to vote or not. That I have to check.
Delayed.
You understand?
No.
Now we have three node
Yes.
replica set, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I am making the second node to down. Okay.
Okay.
Will primary there or will primary will go down? That I need to check.
Okay.
So we have a delayed replica.
Okay.
Rs dot status. So do we have a primary still? Yes.
Yes.
So it means the delayed node also can able to vote.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Only the hidden node cannot able to vote, I guess.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Arbiter also can
The
vote but
arbiter
can't
can
hold
data,
data.
right? So if any member goes down, you will get this kind of status like not reachable or
Okay.
healthy,
Not reachable, healthy.
right?
Okay, sir.
Okay.
We'll put Linux 04 as arbiter, sir.
Okay, Linux.
Status.
So everything is up and running now. So if
Okay.
I want to make any node as arbiter, so I'm thinking like to make this node again arbiter. Okay, this
Okay.
zero
Okay. Okay.
like Linux 03, it is a delayed
Okay.
replica. I want to have this as a arbiter.
Arbiter.
Okay, in that case, what you can do is you can stop this first.
Okay. Delete all the data path.
Yeah, use admin db dot shutdown server.
Shutdown server.
Okay, and then get into the data directory.
Okay. Slash.
No, you don't need to delete. You can leave this, but
Okay.
for arbiter, there is no there is no need of having this db path in the YAML file.
Okay, sir.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to comment this.
Comment.
Okay,
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
there is no purpose of having data path for the arbiter, but
Okay,
log
sir.
you can have. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
so again you can start the instance.
MongoDB. FNF.
I think it is also need some data path, but it will not store the data files, I guess. I guess it will throw some error when I start without data path. Yes. Oh, so as you said, we'll clean all those things. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So I'm going to clean these files
Okay.
and then again I'll edit the YAML file.
No need, sir. It's okay. Like we don't need right. Why the path?
No, it will show some metadata. Okay,
Okay, okay,
for
okay,
that it
okay,
needs
okay,
that DB path.
okay.
Oh my
Started. Okay,
God, I think the files will get synced, man. So what we need to do? We need to remove this node from the primary first
okay.
because it is a part of replica set, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
whenever you stop and start, it will try to sync from the primary.
Okay.
So for that, we need to do remove. Okay,
RS dot. Okay.
remove Linux
Linux
02
02
with the 27018.
01. Okay.
Now it is done. Okay, now here
Okay.
come. Now connect to 27018. Okay, now
Okay.
I'm shutting down the database.
Okay. Again, remove all the. We have to remove all the data path.
Yeah, I'm removing everything.
Okay, sir.
Now let me try to comment this.
Yes, sir.
I'll try to start. So now this is not part of the replica set now. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So error. I think the DB path is require.
Okay. Got.
Got it right.
Yeah.
Now come here and then add arbiter.
Okay, sir. RS dot help.
So add arbiter again the same syntax for adding
Okay, sir.
add
ARB
arb linux
02 colon
0227
27018.
done. Check the status. So it is
Yeah.
not yet able to communicate.
Okay.
Again it is giving the same error. So there could be some error here.
I think it got stuck, sir.
Yeah, it got stuck. You need to check the log file.
Okay.
So whenever some issue, you need to go and check the mongodb.log.
Log. Log.
Style hyphen 50f.
Slash var slash log slash mongodb mongodb.log.
So now it became as a arbiter. See,
Okay, transition.
now you go and check
Okay.
there. It became arbiter.
Okay, sir.
Okay. You see the state
Okay.
is 7. For
7.
secondary state is 2. For primary state is 1. Okay.
Okay.
And for
Okay.
arbiter state is 7.
Okay.
Like that for startup to some state will be there 3 something like that.
Okay, sir.
For
Okay, sir.
every status string there will be a state.
Yeah, for unhealthy it is 8.
Yes. Then you can check for other nodes, you can see the op time and op date. Okay.
Okay.
For normal data nodes, these are all data nodes because it holds some data. This will have
Okay, sir.
op time and op time date because it is syncing with
Okay.
the oplog. But if you see
Oplog.
arbiter, there will be no op time.
Okay, sir.
but heartbeat will be there because
Okay.
based on the heartbeat only it is voting
Yes,
for
sir.
the elections. Okay,
Yeah.
hope you understand.
Yes, sir.
Now we'll see.
Sir, just go. We'll go to that data path and
Yeah,
we'll
yeah,
see
that's
like
what I'll see.
what's there.
If you see, only the local is there.
Okay.
So there is no thing called our database like RS test and other
Yeah.
databases.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. This can be an interview question like Arbiter doesn't hold any data. Is it required to be having a data path?
Yeah, yeah, data path still we need to hold some metadata.
Metadata? Yes.
Yes. Clear.
Yes, sir. Sir, this MongoD.lock holds all the locking information, right?
No, 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 no. There is no relation between this log file and then logs in the database level. This is just to
Because we were seeing only the processes recording in Mongo.log.
see. This one will have your process ID 4894.
Right.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So 4894, where it is 4894. This
Yes, sir.
PID will be there in this file. It means like
Yes, sir.
when you start a database, this your PID will be get into this log file. When you
Yes, sir.
do a normal shutdown, this will get
Okay.
removed from this file. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
When
Okay,
you
sir.
do a abnormal shutdown, this will be there in the same file. It means like it needs
Okay.
some instance recovery.
Recovery. Yes, sir.
Yeah, it is to tell you whether this instance needs a recovery or not. For that, they are
Okay.
keeping this log file.
Okay.
Okay, understood.
Oh, okay, sir.
Okay, what we have seen?
And for all the database logs and all those things, that priority level 1, 2, we have to check.
What is that? What is your question?
For database logs,
Okay.
means that query logs and all those things.
Hmm.
We need to set that set priority 1 for slow operations,
Oh,
set
okay,
priority
okay,
2
okay,
for all
okay.
the,
So you mean to check the if any performance issues?
yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. You can check. You can enable the profiling in the database level,
Yeah.
and then you can run that system.profiles. You can query that
Profiles.
system.profiles collection, and then you can check what all the slow queries are running.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, man. Next is adding an arbiter. This we have seen. Like
Arbit.
command is rs.add or
ARB.
host colon port. Okay.
Port.
This is very
Okay, sir.
simple. So what is there in our list next? Handling rollbacks. Okay.
Sir,
Checking.
health checks, you said like,
Yeah, health check we have seen, right? All the rs stats comments.
okay, okay, only that only, huh?
Yeah, that only. In replication,
Okay, okay.
those are all the health check comments.
Okay, okay, sir.
Hmm. So you know where our Oplog collection is there, right? It will be there
Yes, sir.
under the um,
Local.
rs dots. So by default,
So,
local database will be there. Inside
yeah,
local database, so collections.
collections.
You can see the oplog.rs. Okay,
Okay, okay, sir.
this will have your all oplog entries.
Okay.
We already queried this yesterday, and we have seen like
Whatever we have
yeah,
transacted.
right. You can check like if you want to query only queries, not other stuff,
Okay.
you can put like Q. Not- I think we So we have inserted one record, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. If you want to like this, you can use your find command and then you can check the data in the Oplog collections.
Oplog.
For that,
Okay,
you
sir.
need to be familiar about the CRUD operations commands and
Right.
queries.
Yes, sir.
Then only you
Okay,
can
sir.
query this Oplog collections. It's a normal collection.
Okay,
It's
sir.
a capped collection. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's okay. Next is what we can see is like okay, there is one thing called rollback. Okay,
Okay.
that I'll show you in the slide. That is a very rare scenario. Okay,
Okay, sir.
I'll tell you what is rollback first. Okay, okay.
Bison dump.
So what is rollback means? Let's say you have one primary and two secondary.
Okay.
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 For
Okay.
some reason, this both secondary, it is in the recovery state. It means it is not
Okay,
able
sir.
to sync with the primary. But still,
Okay.
if any node in the recovering state can able to vote for elections, it means
Okay, sir. Okay.
it's still able to vote. So it is part of the replication. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So
Okay, sir.
this happened in one of our test environment. Like they had a
Okay.
3 node replica set, one primary and two secondary. Both the
Okay.
secondary, for some reason, it went to recover state. Okay, it was not able
Okay.
to
Resync with the primary.
primary, right? But
Okay.
the primary was still active and it was serving the
Okay.
client queries, you read and
Okay,
write.
sir.
Okay,
Okay.
after
Okay.
some days, this primary also went down.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay, sir.
went down and let's say this primary went down and one of the secondary they have started as a primary.
Okay.
They have manually tried to start and it started and it became the
Okay.
primary. Okay, so if you
Okay, sir.
see and again okay, they are checking like okay, we have started this one and then they have started next secondary also. Okay,
Okay.
then that is added as a secondary and if you see the old primary, okay,
Okay.
that is in the state of down now. Okay,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
then they try to start that node. Okay,
Okay.
but it will have some extra rights, right, compared to that old secondaries,
Yes, sir.
because
Yes, sir.
it was active as a standalone, not a standalone, it was acting as a single primary for some time.
Yeah.
Okay, so it will
Okay.
be having
Okay.
some extra rights that will be not there
Okay.
in the current primary. Okay,
Okay.
so
Okay.
MongoDB what it will do when you start your old primary as a secondary, it will copy those
Okay.
new rights into a rollback folder and then it
Okay.
will sync with the current primary.
Okay.
So whatever the in between data which is there in the old primary, that will be moved
Okay.
to one folder rollback. So one folder will be
Okay.
created under the DB directory. Okay,
Okay.
inside
Okay,
those
sir.
rollback data will be moved.
Okay. And that will be synced to the new primary.
Yeah, that will be synced to new primary. So
Okay.
we as a DBA need to take a decision what to do with this rollback data.
Okay.
Okay, so that will
Sir, rollback data we will sync or automatically it will get synced to that new primary elected.
no man. So for that, if there is a blackboard, I can explain clearly. But still, I'll try to
Okay.
explain with some paint
Paint.
because it's a very rare kind of situation will happen in the MongoDB. If you don't have a
Okay.
proper monitoring and if you don't aware that your one of the secondaries or primary went down, then this kind of
Okay.
scenario will occur. Okay.
Okay, sir. This one home, beside home, you'll just click there, you'll get properties.
Okay. Yes, one. Yes. I think Sarana has one question.
Uh,
Okay. So think that we have one primary and two secondaries.
okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So current time is, let us assume like 4 p.m. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Only when the customer notifies us that they couldn't connect to the secondary, then we can know that the secondary is down, right?
No, 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 no.
Yeah,
Monitoring tools will be there.
Saranan, actually generally people will not connect to secondary. Most of the environment I see like they used to connect to primary only for reading and writing. But in MongoDB still you can connect to secondary and do the reads, but in development level they need to do some configuration for that. So it's not like only when they try to read from secondary they will come to know the secondary is down or not. That is one way. The other way, as a DBA, we need to have some monitoring tools like MMS Manager or some manual scripts, shell script that should tell like this node is down or this node is not in sync with the primary. That has to tell us like this node is not in sync with the primary. So it's
Okay.
our responsibility to make sure all the nodes are up and running and it is sync with the primary.
Okay, sir.
Okay, I think he's fine. Okay, now I'll explain this rollback scenario. So
Yeah.
the time is 4 p.m. So all the nodes
Okay,
are
sir.
in sync. Okay,
Okay, sir.
okay. Now let assume like at 5 o'clock. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
5 p.m. S1
Okay.
and S2 goes to recover state.
Recover
It
state.
means
Okay, sir.
they were not able to sync with the primary. Okay.
Okay.
As a
Okay.
DBA, we
Okay.
are not aware of this thing happened. At 5 p.m.
Okay.
This scenario got started. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
But still, okay, now time is 7 p.m.
Okay.
Okay. Now the time is
Okay,
7
sir.
p.m. Till the time 5 to 7, um,
Okay.
5 to 7, users were able to read and write
Okay.
from primary.
Okay, sir.
5 to 7, they were able to read and write. Okay.
Okay, sir.
But
Okay,
those
sir.
datas are not synced with the S1 and S2.
Second. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
At 7 um, at 7 o'clock, this node, let's say at 7 or 701, primary goes down.
Okay.
Primary is down. I don't know how to draw this paint, man.
No, 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 sir. Sir, click this A.
Yeah,
Click this A.
yeah. A means I can type, but
Type. You can
yeah,
type.
but you can understand, right? Whatever I'm writing.
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay. So at 7, no, after 7, this primary goes
Yeah.
down. So now
Okay.
users were not able to read and write. So they are coming and
Okay.
saying, boss, we can't do read and write. Now as a DBA,
Okay.
we are going and checking. We see all the nodes are down. Okay.
Okay.
You don't know
Okay, sir.
which node was primary earlier. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So you
Okay, sir.
accidentally starting this S1 to become a
Okay.
primary. You mean
Primary.
you are
Okay.
starting this S1 and once it is started S1, so you are starting S1 and S2.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
You are starting both. What happened means
Okay.
S1 becomes primary.
Okay.
This S1 becomes primary. So
Okay.
what does this S1? It has only the data till 5 p.m.
Okay, sir.
So it is started. It is started and accepting new connects, new read and write. Okay.
Okay. Okay, sir.
So what will have now that P is down and S1 is your current primary.
Okay, sir.
So from 7:01 now you can think like now time is 9 o'clock.
Okay.
So you have um, data from um, 5 o'clock on the S1 and from
Okay.
7 to 9 you will be having data on the PS1.
PS1. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now at 9 o'clock uh, you are starting this old P.
Okay.
Some reason you are not able to start this primary at 7 o'clock. Okay.
Okay. Okay, sir.
So you are starting this old primary, or else let assume like in 7 o'clock itself you have started right this S1 and S2,
Yes, sir.
and then you are starting P also. Okay.
Okay.
You started all these three at 7 o'clock,
Okay.
but
Okay.
S1 becomes primary.
Okay.
So this will have data from 5 p.m. After 7 p.m. the new writes will come to here. But
Okay, sir.
between this
Yes. Yes.
5 p.m. and 7 p.m. 2 hours data is there, right? It is there
Yes, sir.
in only this old primary.
Okay.
So what will happen means this will become as a secondary now. This P
Yes.
will now become a secondary.
Second.
Okay.
Second. Yes. Okay.
So but this 2 hours data this cannot be applied here.
Okay.
So directly it will not apply here.
Okay. Okay.
So what we'll do is it will move this 2 hours data
So rollback folder.
to rollback folder
Okay.
that will created under data directory.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
This 2 hours data will be moved to rollback directory and
Okay.
that will be kept as a BSON document.
Okay.
So now this all these things will be in sync with this PS1.
Okay.
Now as a DBA or the development team, they have to take a decision like they want to apply this 2 hours data manually or not.
Two remaining secondaries
Yes,
means the new elected primary as well as this S2 also.
yes, two and then old primary, that is a secondary now.
Old.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
they have to take a decision like whether to apply or not. So
Okay.
if you see, I'm telling 99% this scenario will not happen in real-time
Okay.
environment. But if our
Okay, sir.
environment is not maintained properly, then this kind of
Okay.
bugs, I mean, it's not a bug, this kind of wired situation will happen.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so
Okay.
the rollback is necessary only if primary had accepted write operation, that is secondaries had not successfully replicated before the primary
Now
stepped
primary
down.
steps down.
Okay,
Okay.
when the
Okay,
primary
sir.
rejoins as a secondary, it reverts or rollback its write operation to maintain database consistency. To maintain the
Okay, sir.
consistency, it moves the data to a rollback folder.
Okay, sir.
So when a rollback occurs under a DB path, one rollback folder will be created. Inside that, you will be having whatever the database have the rollback, this database name dot
Okay.
collection name and timestamp dot bson file will be created.
Okay.
You have to take a decision to either reapply this bson data or not. For that,
Okay,
we
sir.
have bson dump command in the OS
Okay.
level. This
Okay.
will we will be seeing in the utilities.
Okay, sir.
In the last session, we have tools and utilities. There we will see the
Uh-huh.
bson dump, how the bson dump command works.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
So if you want, you can check like opt mongo bin. You see, bson dump is there, right?
Decent. Okay,
Yeah, it
okay,
is
okay,
the
sir.
one command which will convert your bson dump file into JSON document,
Okay.
because you cannot open the bson dump and you can't see what is there inside. Okay,
Yes, sir.
if
Okay.
some rollback happens, if you want to see what are the data inside the rollback file, like a developer will be telling, like, or the application will be they will tell, like, I want to see what data is there in the rollback, then only I can take a
Okay, sir.
decision whether I want to reapply those transaction or not. Like that they will be telling.
Okay.
So generally, um, if you give them bson dump file, they can't see the files. So for that you need to
Okay, sir.
convert that bson dump file into JSON. For that you can use
Okay.
this bson dump command,
Okay, sir.
that we will see in the later session.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so that is about rollback scenario.
Yeah.
So checking the
Handling
read and write
rollbacks.
concerns. So
Okay.
read and write concern we have already seen. This can be set in the two levels. One in the operation level, like CRUD queries level, you can set what kind of read concern, write concern you want, or else
Okay.
you can change the settings.
Concern.
rs.conf. Here you see
Mhm.
get lost error modes is there, right?
Okay, yes, sir.
Get lost error defaults. So by
Okay.
default they have set write concern as 1. It means
One.
compulsory it will write to primary, and then only it will give
Primary.
acknowledgement to the write operations.
Okay, sir.
So they have disabled timeout value.
Time mobile.
Yeah, if you want you can change w:2 or w:majority, like that you can change. For that you need to
This
use this
timeout
again.
means the delay in writing to those nodes.
No man, it is not this that timeout. This timeout is like in read write concern. If the write concern for acknowledgement, it will take some time, right?
Ah, yeah, sir.
If the query is not ready to wait for 30 seconds, then they can set 30.
Yes.
If the
Okay.
acknowledgement does not come within 30 seconds, then that query will
That
be
will fail.
aborted. Yeah. For that you can set this w timeout.
Okay, sir.
So this is the settings to change the write concern for the whole replication.
Old reply. Okay, sir.
For particular transaction level means you can set it in the query level, like when you are
Okay.
inserting at the end you can see w:true, sorry, majority or 1 2 something like that.
Okay, sir. Sir,
Okay,
here get last error modes we can say like write comma read like that.
yes, that will be there in the PPT, right?
Ah, yeah.
Read and write consent topic.
Yeah.
No, I think get lost error default is that one. We need to set the read and write consent.
Okay, sir. Settings dot get last. Okay.
Okay, clear?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, man. So the one thing left is changing the oplog size. Okay.
Okay. Okay, sir.
So changing the oplog, normally you don't require to change the oplogs. By default, it will take 5% of your disk space. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
What is our disk space? It is 16 GB. Okay.
Okay.
What is 5%? 500 MB, around 800 MB, right? 800 MB or how much?
Yes, sir. 800 only. Already it was showing 900 MB Oplog.
Yeah, yeah. 800 MB.
When you when you said like that rs dot
print.
reflection replication input.
So it is 990 MB.
Okay.
So I don't know how it took. Maybe because of like this whole drive is
No, sir, it is correct only. It's because of 1024. It's not 1000, right? 1024 into that gigs. 990 MB is correct only.
we'll see like 16 into 1024,
No. Divided by. This is already in GB.
right?
So
Mm, now we need to convert it to MB, right? First.
yeah.
So this much MB. In that we need to check for 5%. 5 divided by 100. I think this much MB only should come.
Okay.
Yes. So I don't know how it took, but generally that default settings, not default settings. So MongoDB, as per the documentation, it will take 5% of your disk space for Oplog.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, sir.
So if you want to change, because it holds as of now we have minimal transaction, not minimal, even we have only few transactions. That is why it is holding 24 hours data in the Oplog size.
Okay.
But if you want to
Okay.
increase, because if you have a big size of Oplog and if it holds
Okay.
more number of hours data in the Oplog, then it is good
Okay.
for the secondaries, because if secondary is lagging for some reason, or if secondary is
Okay.
not able to sync with the primary, then if you
Okay.
restart, then it will automatically sync from the Oplog. Okay,
Okay.
if your Oplog have data.
Okay.
But if your Oplog is rewritten, that is, if your Oplog is overwritten
Okay.
because of the small size,
Okay.
then you need to do a resync always.
Okay, sir.
You understand? This is kind of a
Okay.
similar scenario in Oracle. Like if you have archive log in your primary, then in data guard the secondary will automatically sync with those archive logs. So if you have
Yes, sir.
taken a backup of archive log and deleted those files from the primary, then you need to take an incremental backup and then you need to sync your secondary, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Similar kind of situation. If your Oblak have
Okay.
the operations, then secondaries can able to sync with the primary. If your
Okay.
Oblaks are overwritten, then your secondaries will not able to sync with the primary. For that you need to
Okay.
have big size of Oplog.
Okay.
So for to changing the Oplog, okay,
Sir, for instance, our Oplog got the secondaries have not been resynced for the long time, and the Oplog has been overwritten. It means the old data, the resyncing data is gone. The
okay,
new data is in the Oplog.
okay.
Then how the data consistency can be there?
You means in primary the old Oplogs are gone and new Oplogs comes like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Old Oplog documents have been deleted as per the time,
Yeah.
and secondary was delayed. The secondary now it can't get the uh, full resync of the primary.
Yeah, that is what I'm telling. If that kind of situation occurs, you don't have any option. You have to clean your
Okay.
secondary and you need to do a initial resync. That we have seen in
Okay. Okay.
the today's earlier session, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
like that you need to do initial resync.
okay. Okay.
Okay, to avoid that, you can increase your oplog size.
Okay.
Even though if your disk path is less, if you want to
Okay.
increase your oplog size, you can manually
Okay.
increase the oplog size.
Okay, sir.
Okay. For that, you need to start with the new oplog size. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Create the upload the new size and seed entry from the following below link.
This one you see later. This is another
Okay, sir.
method. So this one is one method. It is like
Okay, sir.
stopping your instance and then changing your YAML file with the new oplog size and then starting.
Okay, sir.
This is one method, and next
Okay.
is like um, changing oplog collection. It is like dropping your capped collection and then
Okay.
creating a new capped collection with a new size.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, both the way you
Okay,
can
sir.
change your oplog size. So you have to do this in the rolling fashion. Rolling fashion means
Okay.
you have one primary and two secondary, right?
Yes, sir.
So what you have to do is you have to start with the last secondary. This is the last
Okay.
secondary. I think this
Okay.
is the arbiter node. We don't need to change
Yes.
this one. So you have to start with one secondary. You need
Yeah.
to stop the secondary and then change the YAML file and then start with the
Okay.
new oplog size. Okay,
Okay, sir.
once this is done,
Okay, sir.
see, if you want to change your primary to some other node, what you can do is, so there is one command that I forgot to tell you. So the current
Okay.
primary is Linux 01. For some
Oh,
reason, so okay, you have done changing the oplog in this node. Okay,
okay, sir.
now you want to change oplog to this node. Okay, you
Okay,
cannot,
sir.
if you straight away, if you are you can't stop. For that, what you can do is you can do rs dot step down.
Okay.
Note this command. To down
Okay,
your
sir.
primary to secondary, you need to fire this command rs dot step down.
Okay.
Okay, instantly it will become a secondary. Okay, now you see who is
Okay, sir.
the secondary. Sorry, who is primary? This node Linux 02 became primary.
Primary.
Automatically,
Okay.
automatically when this node went down, this node become primary.
Okay. Primary. Okay, sir.
Now you can change oplog for this secondary. This is old primary.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
like
Okay,
that
sir.
way you can change the oplog size.
Okay, sir.
You see this both. You see this both, and you try to do yourself. And if you come up with
Okay, sir.
any doubts, I can help you. Okay,
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
this will be simple only. But again,
Okay.
most of the environment they will not be changing the oplog size. They will leave it as
Yeah.
whatever the default, because always they will give data directory big size only, like in TB
Okay, sir.
or GB only. So for that the oplog
Okay.
will be huge only.
Okay, sir.
So in that scenario, you will not require to change the oplog size. But in rare
Okay.
situation, if you come to know like that oplog window is small, that is the reason secondaries are not getting synced. Then you can change
Okay.
the oplog size.
Okay, sir.
Okay, man. So any doubts?
Till now, I don't have any doubt.
So I have covered most of the replication activities, but still,
Yes, sir.
I'll upload the file as well. So last 2 days file I've uploaded now,
Okay, sir.
and you can go into MongoDB manual page. You can type like MongoDB tutorial. Okay, in
Okay.
docs.mongodb.org you can see MongoDB tutorials. Okay, you can click
Tutorials.
that.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Here you can see this many activities there in the replica set.
Okay.
Okay, deploy a replica set, that this we have seen. convert a standalone to replica set. This is also simple.
Okay, adding a member.
Yeah, it is like just a, so you see all this activity, okay.
Okay. Okay.
You'll have all the comments in the links, okay, steps in the
Okay,
link.
sir. Okay. Okay, sir.
If you come up with any doubts on this, I can help you, okay, because
Course a member.
practicing everything in our training session, that will not be a feasible one. Major
Okay.
activities I have given hands-on, but
Okay.
for your information, I have given the link. Okay, this is
Okay, sir.
manual
Okay.
tutorial page. Here you can see all the
Okay.
activities. You can practice yourself. If you come up with any doubts, I can help you.
Okay, sir.
This is basic administration. This is also we have seen these things. We have seen the
Oh,
enabling authentication. These things we have already seen.
okay,
Okay,
sir.
most of the activities it will be here.
Okay, sir.
It's sharding. It's not yet covered. This we will
Oh,
see
yeah.
later. Okay.
Okay, sir.
This you see and let me know for both
Okay.
you
Okay,
and
sir.
Saravanan.
Okay, sir.
If you practice all these activities, that is enough, man, to manage
Okay, sir.
this one. Okay, see you guys tomorrow
Okay, sir.
with the sharding. We'll start the sharding theoretical part tomorrow.
Okay, sir. Sir, that updated notepad, please send us
This
today
one, yeah,
some.
yeah. This one, right?
Yes, sir.
So what we have seen after this one, changing Oplog size.
Plex size.
Just I will make a hint. With this hint, you can able to get change YAML file with new Oplog size and
Size.
start the instance.
Okay. Or while starting Mongo itself.
Secondary and yeah, when you are starting the Mongo first time, you can set the new Oplog size.
Yes.
If you are building a new instance, new cluster, you know, like this many hours Oplog I need and this much size I
Yeah.
need. That time itself you can set the Oplog size. This is one
Oplog
method,
size. Yes.
and next method is um, just like
Starting Mongo with the Oplog, new Oplog size.
yeah, copy oplog.rs collection to, it is like backup
Okay.
backup oplog.rs collection, then remove oplog.rs and recreate oplog.rs with the new size
Yeah.
as capped collection.
Yeah.
So these steps you can see in the link, okay, but just
Yeah. Okay.
to give a hint, I mentioned these things. Okay, I'll send these files as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Sir, we'll see rollback in whenever we do backups and also.
Rollback, um, that is a situation we need to manually make that kind of corruption happen. Let's see, I'll try
Okay.
to show that in backup and recovery class.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, man. See you tomorrow.
Okay, sir. Thank you. And
Thank you.
please, sir, one more request, sir. Please, if you have a this MongoDB some sample resume, please send me, please.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. I'll send my resume itself.
Yeah, yeah. So that I can update it, and after the course, I'll just go to some companies
Yeah, yeah.
outside. Let's see, like how much knowledge I have and what questions they are asking me.
Hmm. Okay, man. We'll see. First,
Okay,
we'll
sir.
finish this training. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye, bye.